In China's tech battlefield, there's never been a shortage of risk-takers. But those who gamble, win, and reshape an entire industry along the way, Lei Jun is one of the few. In 2009, Lei Jun was 39 years old and already rich enough to retire. Most people in his shoes would have chosen a life of comfort, but instead, he made a move that left the tech world stunned. While everyone was racing toward premium products and high-end margins, Lei Jun declared, "We'll build phones with the best specs, sell them at the lowest possible price, and cap profits at 5%. The entire industry laughed. Some called him crazy. Others said he was just playing with hype. But just a few years later, the company he founded, Xiaomi, was outselling Apple and Samsung in China and rewriting the rules for Chinese manufacturing on the global stage. But this isn't a story about instant success. It's about a man dancing on the edge of a knife, challenging giants, risking everything. Not just once, but again and again. Let's go back to the beginning. In 2007, Lei Jun retired from Kingsoft, the company he had helped build for over a decade. He was financially free, admired, and respected. But he wasn't satisfied. "I don't want to just be the former CEO of Kingsoft," he said. "I want to build something great, not just successful, great." He had missed out on investing early in Alibaba and Tencent, so he was determined not to miss the next wave. After thinking it through again and again, he realized something crucial. China didn't need one more company that could make money. It needed one bold enough to transform how industries worked. That same year, he visited Silicon Valley. He saw firsthand the harsh reality facing China's manufacturing industry. He couldn't sleep after that. "An iPhone costs 1,500 RMB to make and sells for 6,000. And what should we earn? Only few yuan for assembly." That night, he couldn't sleep. He returned to China with a new mission. "We're going to build China's version of Apple, but more open, more affordable, more for the people." 3 days before Xiaomi's first product launch disaster struck. The prototype phones, 30,000 of them, caught fire during testing. Engineers worked through the night to fix the issue. These phones had been manufactured using stock pledged against Lei Jun's Kingsoft shares. Failure wasn't an option. Finally, in 2011, the first Xiaomi phone launched. An internet company without a single factory was about to rewrite the rules of the smartphone industry. But there was a catch. China's smartphone market was already carved up by giants. In 2010, players like Huawei, Lenovo, Coolpad, and ZTE had deep roots and strongholds everywhere. Yet here was Xiaomi, a newcomer with no factories, no stores, and no legacy, trying to break in through a completely untested route, online-only sales. So how do you fire the first shot when you're up against titans? Lei Jun had an idea: hunger marketing. In 2011, Xiaomi launched its first-generation smartphone. They only produced 300,000 units. But nearly 1 million people rushed to reserve one. Each flash sale sold out in minutes, crashing servers and dominating headlines. Social media exploded with users asking, "Is it really sold out? Or is this a stunt?" It didn't matter. Xiaomi had become China's hottest brand overnight. By combining top-tier specs, rock-bottom pricing, and viral internet marketing, Xiaomi created a marketing miracle. In just 2 years, their smartphone shipments skyrocketed from 0 to 18.7 million units, generating over 31.6 billion RMB in revenue and turning the industry upside down. And Lei Jun, he was hailed as the Steve Jobs of China. Headlines exploded with phrases like "stock doubled on day one" and "world's biggest tech IPO." But he knew this was only the beginning. That night, Lei Jun didn't go home. Instead, he quietly slipped into the company's warehouse alone, standing motionless before towering stacks of packaging boxes, his eyes distant and unreadable. No one knew exactly what was on his mind, but his assistant later revealed one detail. Lei Jun didn't say a word the whole night. He just wrote down one sentence before leaving. "If I'm turned into a myth, that myth will be the very thing that destroys me. However, the next challenge was already on the horizon. In 2013, Xiaomi announced its bold move into smart home technology, aiming to expand its entire ecosystem. In 2014, the company introduced its first product, Yeelight Smart Light. By 2016, Xiaomi officially unveiled the Mi Home brand, gaining traction with breakout hits like robot vacuums and air purifiers. In 2017, Xiaomi upgraded the My Home app and opened its IoT platform. Then came the bold AIoT strategy in 2019, committing 10 billion RMB over 5 years. In 2020, Xiaomi launched its Xiaomi SmartLink tech to enable seamless multi-device connectivity, and by 2023, it introduced the Surge IoT chip, powering true whole-home smart coordination. By the end of 2023, Xiaomi's IoT platform had connected over 699 million devices, spanning security, lighting, appliances, and more, making it one of the world's largest consumer-grade smart home ecosystems. As Lei Jun put it, the future won't be won by a single product, but by the synchronized evolution of an entire platform. But the real storm was yet to come. In 2016, Xiaomi's phone shipments fell by 29 million units. They were being outflanked by Huawei, Oppo, and Vivo. From number 1, Xiaomi dropped to 5. By 2018, Huawei doubled down on the high-end segment. Its P and Mate series shut the door on Xiaomi's hopes of moving up market. And just a year later, Oppo and Vivo launched a fierce counterattack, flooding lower-tier cities with offline stores and dominating attention with aggressive celebrity endorsements. The era of easy smartphone growth was officially over. At the same time, something else was happening. New platforms, Douyin and Kuaishou, began rewriting the rules of digital attention. Xiaomi's old playbook of viral forum threads and flash sales was suddenly obsolete. Lei Jun could feel it. The company was no longer leading the times. It was being left behind. In one internal meeting, he slammed the table and shouted, "We've gotten too comfortable. Making money on autopilot, no innovation, no ambition. Now it's change or die." He didn't just talk. He acted. Senior veterans were quietly reassigned. A new leadership rotation system was introduced. Lei Jun even stepped in personally to lead strategy meetings on product design and supply chain. Employees remember seeing him still debating UI animations and chipset logistics at 2 a.m. Rumors spread. People whispered, "Lei Jun has lost it." But the truth was far more complicated. He was performing open-heart surgery on himself and on his company. Because Lei Jun understood something few others did, Xiaomi couldn't just be a ruthless cost cutter. It had to become a world-class designer. Lei Jun began cutting back, hard. He slashed dozens of unprofitable product lines without hesitation. He personally brought in Liu Dai, the former chief designer of the original iPhone, to redefine Xiaomi's design philosophy from the ground up. Forced teams to make every phone feel premium, even if priced like a budget model. The turning point? A phone no one expected, the Xiaomi 11 Ultra. This wasn't just another product launch. This was Lei Jun's first direct strike at Huawei's revered Mate series. On stage, Lei Jun wore a simple black t-shirt. Gone was the energetic tone, the salesmanship. His voice was calm, restrained, even solemn. "Today we're not talking about price. We're talking about technology and aesthetics." But everyone watching knew the stakes. Lose this one, and Xiaomi might never recover. Then something unexpected happened. After the event, sales of the 11 Ultra exploded. Units sold out. More importantly, Xiaomi gained something far rarer than orders: respect. For the first time, tech enthusiasts and critics began to say, "Wait, Xiaomi actually wants to make great products." You might think Xiaomi's battle ended there, but its most brutal fight wasn't even in China. Because in India. In 2014, Xiaomi entered India with just 3 people and no local operations. Their first online sale on Flipkart? 40,000 phones sold out in 4 seconds. By 2017, Xiaomi had overtaken Samsung as India's top smartphone brand, 26.8% market share. They built a local factory with Foxconn, sponsored cricket leagues, and pushed deep into rural areas with 5,000 stores. In 2022, Indian tax authorities froze Xiaomi's accounts and demanded back payments of over $560 million. Supply chains broke. Their market share dropped to third. And in 2024, their mid-range phones were being crushed by local brands like Jio. Xiaomi realized something. Globalization is a double-edged sword. Play it wrong and it cuts you. But Lei Jun wasn't done risking everything. He had one last bet. In 2021, Lei Jun announced he was entering the EV race, personally, spearheading the charge, and poured in tens of billions with no hesitation. For the first time, Lei Jun cried on stage. He knew smartphones were yesterday. Smart EVs would be the next 10-year battlefield of Chinese manufacturing. Do you know why a company that made its name selling smartphones would dive headfirst into the messy world of car manufacturing? Behind it all was a moment of fear, Lei Jun's fear. He was afraid of missing the next wave of the era, just like he had once missed the rise of mobile internet. He also had a nightmare. 20 years from now, I'm in a wheelchair. A self-driving car whizzes by and I tell my grandson, I could have built that. Everyone told him to quit. He was 52. Why risk his entire reputation now? He knew that if he failed, his reputation would be shattered, and everything he had built could be reduced to a punchline. His answer? If I don't bet now, who else will? In 2021, when Lei Jun announced Xiaomi's entry into the EV industry, his voice cracked with emotion. This will be my final battle. But the road was brutal. BYD pressures KATL to limit battery supply to Xiaomi. Bidding wars drove lithium prices sky high. Xiaomi SU7's production cost, 269,000 RMB. Recommended price, 300,000. But Lei Jun said, no, sell it for 215,900 RMB. Take the losses from my salary. March 2024. Just 48 hours before the much-hyped Xiaomi SU7 launch event, Lei Jun received a warning. Tesla's Giga Shanghai casting line was running at full capacity through the night. Something was brewing. When the big screen finally lit up and revealed the SU7's jaw-dropping price, 215,900 RMB, a full 3,100 RMB lower than the Model 3, the room erupted. Livestream viewership spiked to 4.5 million. But behind the scenes, the war had already begun. The night before, Xiaomi engineers intercepted an internal Tesla directive. If Xiaomi prices below 220,000, launch Model 3 suicide pricing at 230,000 immediately. Lei Jun chuckled, pulling up a 6-year-old Elon Musk tweet. Xiaomi? They're a phone company. He made his move. Next to the SU7 specs on the launch slide was one cold, calculated line. Energy consumption 8% lower than Model 3. This wasn't just a launch. It was a declaration of war. In March 2024, Xiaomi SU7 officially launched. It sold out instantly. It was his second great gamble. And this time, he staked his legacy. Lei Jun said, "We're not here to make quick money. We're here to redefine what a car can be." From programmer to CEO, from phones to cars, from China to the world, Lei Jun's journey has always been about more than business. Life is like a marathon. It's not about leading early, it's about finishing strong. Some mock Xiaomi's pricing, some call him a gambler, but no one can deny he changed Chinese manufacturing. He changed how the world sees Chinese brands. One underdog product at a time, one misunderstood risk after another. This wasn't just business, it was belief. Always believe something wonderful is about to happen. That's Xiaomi's slogan, and it might just be Lei Jun's life philosophy too. If you've ever fought for a dream, maybe, just maybe, you've been running next to him all along. If you want to see more business stories like this, hit subscribe and tell us in the comments who we should cover next. Maybe your favorite founder is next. See you next time.